Well, back in Israel, as we spoke to a little bit earlier, our correspondent in Tel Aviv, protesters are still gathering outside the Russian embassy. Let's go back to Middle East correspondent Sarah Shalala. What's the latest there? What are people saying?
Benita, the protesters, they're building by the second here. So there's a couple of hundreds behind me, really chanting, holding up lots of posters, all in opposition to what's going on in Ukraine and stopping the aggression from Russia. Just across the road from me is obviously the Russian embassy, which we're standing across from. And people, as cars are going by, the protesters here are chanting and saying that the Russian diplomats inside the embassy should just go home, quit, resign, and stop answering to the dictator, as they call him, Putin, in Russia. So people can't just keep standing by the sidelines here and following what Russia is brutally doing to Ukraine, brutally invading the country, abolishing human rights and denying their right to existence. So I have to go to the guest right now. He's one of the 10 organisers of this protest today called Stop the Russian Aggression, Roman Goldstein. He'll tell us a little bit more about what's going on. Roman, tell us more about what's going on here today.
This was protest, and now it's mostly Ukrainians here, but we also invited a lot of Russians. I'm from Russia, and we invited a lot of Russians to this protest at 6, so they're coming right now, and I don't know how many thousands of people will be here. And we are just very afraid about the situation. As Russians, we're living in Israel. We never imagined that the war between Russia and Ukraine can be happening. Like we didn't believe on that. We heard all the news, but we didn't believe until to this morning. And this is a crazy situation. And I know that my biggest fear that Putin won't stop. And we, like the Russians, we live in this occupation since like 2011. And most of Russians are not. They just don't. They're really afraid of going out and protest because they get caught. Like the police taking them immediately from the streets, and they can beat them, they can jail them, and they're very afraid to do this. But I know that like most of the Russians, they don't support this war. They don't want this war. They just don't. They want to work. They want to do. And I'm very afraid about like the world should act right now because they didn't do anything the last years. And I think they have to stop there now. Yeah,
we'll have to stop you there. Thank you so much. That was Roman Goldstein, one of the organisers of the Stop Russian Aggression protest tonight. He's one of many and hundreds of protesters coming out tonight to support this cause.
Middle East correspondent Sarah Shalala, live from Tel Aviv. Thank you so much.